Yo, what's going on people? It's your boy Ape Huncho back at you again with another video. And so we've got to talk about this Dutchavelli situation. Now, if for some reason you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to take you on a semi-in-depth look as to everything surrounding this whole Dutchavelli situation, because I know a lot of people are confused as to what exactly happened. I did post about it briefly the other day, and I noticed again a lot of people were confused as to what's happened, so I thought I'd try and clear everything up in this video. Be sure to follow my Instagram though, it's Ape Huncho. I've been posting everything about this whole situation, and I post other things as well over on there. I've been doing that pretty much since this whole incident broke. But yeah, this whole situation roughly started 4 or 5 days ago in the early hours of the morning, and out of nowhere Dutchavelli's Snapchat and Instagram accounts were hacked. DMs and screenshots would leak soon after, and around 25 to 30 minutes later the Instagram account would go on to delete everything related to the hack, and the Snapchat would take a few hours to clear everything up. By then though, Twitter and third-party users got their hands on the leaked DMs, and all the blogs would start to repost them. I'm sure by now the majority of people watching this video would have seen them, but if you haven't, you can literally go and check Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. They're all on there. But if for some reason you haven't seen these leaked DMs, I'm not going to go over them, but the most popular ones would be that with H, Gassed Up Lighties, T Zandos, Stefflon Don, and the most recent one, which has been doing the rounds, which we're going to get into a little bit later, would be with a 14-year-old girl. Of course, all the blog pages picked up on the conversations, and to start with, the most popular ones seemed pretty light-hearted, but it would seemingly quickly shift into something more sinister. Once the leaked DMs had been digested by the public though, and the blog started to get more details as to what exact DMs were leaked, the tone quickly shifted from light-hearted banter with the likes of H to some more questionable DMs with young females, but again at this point they were all of age. This is where the confusion would start though, because some people didn't know the age of the females, but from what I'm aware of, they were all of age. Either way though, this was enough for people on social media to pretty much say that they're done with Dutchavelli, and then other people were waiting on a response before making judgment. Within this time frame, even though the screenshots had been doing the rounds on social media, it would have been a couple days later at this point where there was a leaked DM between Dutchavelli and a 14-year-old girl. I personally didn't even know this at the time. I did a Q&A over on my Instagram and someone mentioned it there, and I'll keep it 100 with you. I thought it was some kind of joke or something like that, but no, it does turn out that Dutchavelli was in fact DMing a 14-year-old girl, and the 14-year-old girl is the daughter of a man known as Wayne, who was Fox's brother. Fox, for you guys who don't know, was Dutchavelli's manager, but unfortunately he would go on to die earlier on this year after he was murdered. So again, these DMs with this 14-year-old girl do the rounds on social media, and yes, from what's being shown, there is some very questionable stuff within these DMs. People are mainly going off the picture of Lil TJ and Ruby Rose, with Dutchavelli saying that he wanted to recreate the picture, and as you can see here, you can see as to the reason why everyone is basically saying this is very questionable. Eventually though, it gets back to Dutchavelli, and at this point he'd been quiet, but he would finally go on to respond by saying, "This 14-year-old girl that you lot are speaking of is family. Her dad passed away and I took her immediate family on an outing. Those messages had nothing to do with anything sexual. For you guys to try and push false narratives as such really shows how sickening you are." Her mum's statement. So it seems as if some of this has been cut off, but it reads, "I would have banter. There's times where I've been on my daughter's phone messaging him in regards to Dutchavelli. I've had messages which I've deleted, which I've personally had with him, and deleted them off her phone. But it would never be out of character, as he holds a huge amount of respect for us." But social media wasn't really feeling his response, and I believe one of the first influencers outside of the blogs to actually speak about this situation was C-Biz, and he would initially say, "It's mad how everyone was trying to get that pedo the other day, but letting next pedo slide," in reference to the Mitchum situation. Fredo would also poke fun at the situation over on Twitter, where he said, "I need a wife, you hoes giving rappers herpes. I can't go out like that." And if you didn't know, within these DMs, it is believed that someone gave Dutchavelli herpes. Dutchavelli would then respond by saying this.
"You dusty rappers, make sure you don't speak on my name, man. You understand? You said to have another loss to the industry."
Now, for whatever reason, I'm unsure right now, a man known as Cody Powell, who is Fox's son, remember the manager that unfortunately died earlier on this year, he would go on to respond to Dutch because initially I believe he thought he was talking about his dad Fox, and he would say, "At Dutchavelli, you dirty fucking nonce. Let's not even talk too much, fella. You said only if you knew, well I know, and you know, you fucking snake. What? Leave my family alone, you dirty pedo cunt. About another industry death, you pussy. If you're talking about my dad, let me know." At some point later, Seabers would continue to send shots at Dutchavelli by saying, "Deaf to all nonces, I got a daughter to raise and protect from any situation." Word on road yesterday was the nonce was going to pay the mother. Hope that ain't the situation. Furthermore, no nonce has any voice out here. It should be voluntary bang up for you. Shut your mouth, you ain't hurting no one. If the mother wrote it, why is she worried about her uncle being in the crib? If I was a judge, you'd hold Bird for that dead alibi, dirty pedo cunt. Everything would go quiet for a little while, and then news would come out that Rimsey would unfollow him. Overnight though, people on social media would voice their opinions, and the general consensus that I can gather from at that point on social media was, why aren't people holding the same energy as they were from the Mitchum situation? And it would be at some point a little while later, Bouncer would then voice his opinion on the situation, and he would go on to say this.
I had to delete my previous post because it compromises the girl's address, and I don't want people going to her house. She must be going through mad trauma, and I apologise to the family. Obviously, but man can't brush this under the carpet. Do you know what I mean? You got Dutch grooming a 14-year-old. Like, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. I see UK Gossip posting, I see Shea Borough posted. These other pages need to have the same energy and post and cancel this youth, bro. Because this is madness, you get me? When Wiley done a madness, everyone was posting that. They had that energy. They rubbed him out. Why ain't man posting this? Come on, industry guys, what's going on? Labels, rappers, come on, bro. Post this, bro. I don't get it. Like, this, if this was your sister or...
And then at some point later, Cody Powell, Fox's son who we previously spoken about, would leak some DMs between himself and Steph London, where Steph would come to the defence of Dutchavelli, but Cody would still hold the same standpoint in this situation. So Steph London would say, "It's mad what you're actually trying to do to my brother. I spoke to Anne and she explained everything, and you deleted bare messages to make it look mad. Dutch might have gone about stuff wrong with you guys' friendship, but I'm sure it could have all been sorted. I'm sure this is not what your dad would have wanted, as he was the one who brought you lot together. I'll be praying for you, Cody. Honestly, deep down, I know you're a good kid, and I'm really sorry you had to go through the pain of losing your dad. Please find someone to talk to and don't hold all your emotions in. I suggest you tell the truth." To which Cody would respond,
"Steph, listen, you know what this is about, innit? Like, your brother's grooming a 14-year-old girl, child, flirting with her, asking to see pictures of her toes and getting a jacuzzi and a hot tub, and you see it, you know it as well, and that's what's fuckery. Like, come on, man, like, you got a daughter yourself. There's vulnerable girls that look up to you. So see, if you're advocating for this type of fuckery, it's like, it just says for yourself. I know, obviously, it's your family, it's your brother. You're going to want to have to say something, because that's what, it's a certain responsibility. But you better say the right things as well, innit? Because you and I know, Steph, you know the fuckery that's been going on. Come on, man. Like, you know the fuckery that's been going on. Seriously. Like, what can I say? Like, it's grooming. He's grooming. Yeah? My dad. Yeah? What I was saying is, my dad's brother Wayne, who was killed, that's his daughter. She was 4 years old when he was killed, yeah? She's 14 right now. It's 10 years since my Uncle Wayne got killed, yeah? He's grooming her. He's chatting to her child. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. That's just... What do I have? And you're coming to me, and you're telling me, suggest to tell the truth, Steph. Like, come on, man. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's all wrong. It's wrong. You know that it's wrong. Fuck's sake, man.
Steph then replies, "Send your number, you're lying, because if it was true you wouldn't have deleted messages to fit your narrative and told me everything," in which Cody would then respond,
Steph, I'm not lying, you know. I'm not the hacker. I didn't delete no messages. I didn't delete no messages. I'm going off what I've seen, yeah? And what I know. And remember, your brother was my soulmate, yeah? So I spent hundreds of hours with him. I've spent hundreds of hours with... One sec, I'm on the phone. I've spent hundreds of hours with your brother. I know your brother, you know? So don't make me make my preconceptions not like that. Steph, I've got no disrespect to you. I've only met you twice or 3 times and you was respectful to me. I've got no disrespect against you or hate towards you. But what I tell you, what I do hate and what I do fucking hate is fuckery and it's paedophiles. And that's what it is. It's like, it's not a narrative. This don't benefit me, you know? This is my family. This is my little cousin. What, you think I want to be what? No, I don't stand for this at all. At all, Steph, man. Sorry. I'm sorry. And listen, there weren't no messages deleted, innit? It is what it is, innit? You see it. There was no messages deleted.
Which would then lead us up to the most recent events, which would be the mother of the 14-year-old would eventually put out an official statement which says, "The past few days have been extremely distressing for me and my family. My personal address and my children's private Instagram profiles have been exposed to social media, and I have feared for our privacy and my daughter's mental well-being. Family business and internal issues are being exposed and manipulated in the most disturbing way. To accuse someone that me and my daughter see like family of anything sexual towards a minor is horrifying. Firstly, I'm a mother, and there's no amount of money or anything else that could make me stand by and support anyone who has been even in the slightest a bit inappropriate towards any of my children. I would put my own life on the line for my kids and their safety, and nothing is more important to me. Nothing inappropriate has ever taken place between my daughter and Dutchavelli. We're always together in family settings as a group. Messages have been deleted and conversations distorted, such as people claiming picture of some Chanel shoes on a model foot, another photo that is a private family joke that he says they will recreate. The S sign being shown was also twisted to fit this evil narrative. There are explanations for the flirtatious messages, but the sensational headline and all at my family's expense. I do not know who hacked the account and have never accused my nephew Cody of doing so. I spoke with Steph London to explain that the messages were being spun negatively from situations that were all innocent, but even that was taken out of proportion by the blogs and used against us as a family. I can vouch for all the messages that appear to be inappropriate that have been leaked to the public, and for Stefan's character, fully understand the context in which all the messages were sent. Stefan has been extremely supportive of our family since the passing of my brother-in-law, or Fox, and this situation is deeply hurtful. I do not take the allegations lightly, and if I had a shadow of a doubt in my mind, then I would be handling this completely differently. It appears that there are many unhinged and unwell people who are using this situation as a way to endorse their own personal vendetta to destroy someone else's life, and using my 14-year-old daughter as a weapon to further their agenda. If people were genuinely concerned for my daughter and I, they would stop dragging us through this hole and put this sickening story to an end. The police have been informed, and this is a criminal offence. Therefore, I will be seeking legal action against anyone who continues to publish my children's private messages along with our personal information. Police are not investigating Stefan, and if they had any concerns at all, they would be taking things further. I will not be addressing this situation again. To this though, the cousin of the 14-year-old girl would come out to say, "I've kept my mouth shut for too long. If everyone can't see what Dutchavelli was doing is wrong, then you're delusional. Fuck this statement, it's a lie. You're protecting someone who has groomed your daughter. My little cousin, what the fuck, man? Money really do be the root of all evil. Wrong is wrong." And up until now, give or take, that's pretty much everything that has happened surrounding this whole Dutchavelli situation. So I hope that clears it up for you guys who wanted me to do a video on it. And if you're wondering why I've took a little while to actually create a video surrounding this whole situation, it's actually because I wanted to create a full clear image for you, because I know there's a lot of confusion surrounding this whole situation. So this way, creating a timeline is going to be a lot easier than splitting it up into different videos over the 5 days. And as well, last time I spoke about a similar topic in regards to the Mitchum situation, YouTube actually censored that video and removed it off the platform. So that was another reason as to why I've took a little while just to make sure I get everything right, and of course then I can upload this video and it's safe to do so without the video getting removed. But let me know what you guys think of this down in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill drill, street and music news out of the UK. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.